Yes, what's next is complicated, complicated storm.
Yo, what's good? Welcome back to Complicated Discord. As always, it's your boy Dex.
Queen Esther here, crowned it.
JacobiJones.
And your boy Alexander Benedict.
So how's everyone week been? Let's go ahead and start there.
Great, because it's Sunday. And right now I'm relaxed.
Okay.
Well, we know why you relax, Esther. We did. My week has been great.
He's starting off early. Okay. I see Jacobi chose violence today. I like it.
Violence? That's no.
Jacobi chose violence.
I'm a lover. I'm always gonna be a lover. But my week was great. How about you, Pete?
Oh, my week's been marvelous, man.
Well, since we're talking about Jacobi and Esther for a few minutes, let's go ahead and take this time to spotlight their new show, The Queen and the Queer, on YouTube. Very funny. Yeah. Very funny.
Beat. The Queer and the Queen.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
So when people look it up, make sure you do what you got.
You gotta do it the right way.
Because if you search The Queen and the Queer, a different group of people will come up.
Oh,
but if you search The Queer and the Queen, will come up.
The Queer and the Queen. That link will be below. Please make sure you go check them out. Like, subscribe, follow, support.
Yeah. Thank you.
Their stuff is funny. Their stuff is funny as hell. I enjoyed it.
Thank you. You watched it. You guys watched it.
Yeah, I watched it.
Thank you. Yeah, it was good. And feedback. It's the same thing with us with this. Just as much feedback as you can get to make it as best as possible.
Absolutely. We're gonna go put some comments on there. Let them know what we want to hear about. We're gonna square them away, everybody. Let's go ahead and support.
Thank you. Yeah.
Cheers to that.
Okay.
Now to jump into it, what is everyone drinking today?
Hot chocolate.
Tigger.
I'm here for that.
How about you, Pete?
I'm drinking Fireball energy drink and some OJ.
Yeah.
That don't even sound like it tastes good.
It does.
Smoking Loon Pinot.
Okay.
You know what, too? It was $12 or $11 something, and it was on sale for $6 at our local drugstore. So,
what I'm drinking doesn't have a name yet. I kind of made it up, and I've yet to name it. I'm terrible. So the name will be announced later on, but it is a bourbon drink. So,
you know what? I have a question because everyone here has been in their youth, your younger years, college, and things like that. When I was coming up, drinking wise, right? We used to make this thing where you would put a bunch of liquor in a 5-gallon thing and a bunch of fruit in there.
Jungle juice.
Well, see, that's the thing. That's what I was going to ask, because everywhere who's from somewhere different calls it something different. From where I grew up in Wisconsin before I moved to Hawaii. And in Wisconsin, you called it Wapatui. But in Illinois, my friends called it jungle juice.
Right.
And
yeah.
I was being studious as a queen. I know nothing of these things.
I got an old army story about that jungle juice, but that's another.
But you called it jungle juice too, Pete?
Yeah.
Okay. We called it Wapatui. I don't know why.
We could save that for a story day. Like all the cool stories one day or something. That we do.
Absolutely. So let's go ahead and jump right into things. All right. So let me ask y'all a question. When you guys were in a relationship, what is the most possessive thing you might have ever done to somebody?
Possessive?
Yeah, possessive. Even if it wasn't meant to be possessive, other people could have said, "Hey, that's kind of possessive."
Honestly, the first thing that came to my mind is I was possessive over time.
Okay, I can agree there. That because I was like, I'm not a possessive person, but I do like to spend time with my significant other. So I would want them there, like, come stay by me. But yeah, they could be free too.
I mean, yeah, time, yeah. My only issue was I hate for us to leave the relationship. Leave the room angry with each other. I used to hate that.
That's not possessive. That's just,
No, hold on. That's not the possessive part. The possessive part was me disabling her car so she couldn't leave.
Jesus.
That was possessive.
Do I need to call the
Look
FBI?
at
Like,
Jones,
did it need to
that's
go
the
through
side
your
of Pete that he
basement?
like. I think
Yeah,
that's
I'll take the relays out of her car so she could start the car.
Okay, well, have any of you ever?
That's the type of shit that Jacobi like. He's like, ooh.
My
He's
bad, y'all. No, I mean, you know, I'm halfway doing something else on the other side, but I had to tell a kid to kick rocks real quick. but
that's my baby girl. Stop.
But yeah, I heard everything you said. I'm sorry I wasn't fully on there, but my biggest thing was her car.
He's possessive.
I was possessive over time, which she just tried to take. But anyway, that's the first thing that came to mind for me was time.
Well, have any of you ever went as far as to location tracking your significant other?
No.
Terrible.
I would never do that.
Well,
I would never do that. I would fuck your best friend before I track your location. Because
holy shit,
I clearly don't trust you anymore. You know what I mean? Like clearly the trust is gone. So I might as well do whatever I want to do.
Yeah. If I have to do that.
That is killing a fly with an atomic bomb. You just
well, he went straight to the point, and I'm there for it.
I see.
That's clear communication.
Well, do you think? Well, hold on. If you and somebody are in a relationship, do you feel like it's I guess acceptable for you guys to always share each other's location?
Yes.
Always know where the other person is all the time.
No.
That's what that's what the younger generation tends to do. And like, oh, I'll share my location with you, babe. Come pick me up from here, or I'm in trouble, baby.
That's possessive controlling. But you know what though? I tell her because a lot of local people in Hawaii have this kind of I cut you off, bitch. A lot of local people in Hawaii have this thing where they think the more I call it fuck you means I love you syndrome, where the more I'm controlling or the more I'm possessive or the more I treat you like shit just means I care about you. I have a friend who will remain nameless, but her man is always just accusing her of shit. And she's like, well, it's just because he just loves you so much. I'm like, no, bitch, it's because he's psycho.
You digress.
You know what I mean?
This is one question about possessiveness and locations.
I'm saying over possessiveness and location is psychotic. And
sharing one's location and sharing.
I think it's unhealthy.
What do you feel about that, Pete? Like, what about for necessity? Like, if
from a security standpoint, I think it's nice, but it can be counterproductive. But I think it's a bit psychotic too. Like, I don't need to know your location. Like, I know the general vicinity of where you at, but I don't need to know your pinpoint location. That's fucking.
What about if they send you their location?
Yeah, you know what I was gonna say. It's different if you like, hey babe, you know what? I'm at the mall. I'm doing this. I'm finna do that. I'm finna go do this. I'll be home later. That's one way. Yeah. Well, it's one way, but another way is if you come with like the little dick voice, like, where you at? Where you been? Tell me what you doing.
Well, that's a whole different.
That's possessive.
That's
sharing your location. Right. Sharing your location
ring on it
is fine.
Yeah, I need a ring.
Around the mill communication. But if sharing your location has to do with I have to tell him where I'm at before he gets mad, that's
run, bitch, run.
Right, exactly. But you know, if the dick is good, it's hard.
Had I known that back in the day.
It's hard.
So what if you're married? Does it matter then?
It's more of a respect thing.
Divorce. This is what divorces were created for.
It's a respect thing, Pete.
Yeah, it's a respect thing. Mm-hmm. But you're right. Like you don't need that much control over your partner or your significant other or others. Mm-hmm. Nah, that's crazy, right, Jacobi? That's crazy, right?
It's very crazy. It's unhealthy. It's counterproductive to moving forward because I was just having this conversation with. As far as the child I'm watching right now and her homework, you know, you can't frighten kid. You can't scare someone and think you can't have a relationship based on them being afraid of you and think that it's going to move forward. It's going to stay in a position of fear, and that doesn't go anywhere. Y'all ain't ready for this knowledge I'm dropping today.
Apparently.
Okay, boom, just bam.
Lee, Jacobi came with it today. So if you're married, is it okay then? Because like
no, and no time.
It's like I said, it's all about if it's fear-based or not. If I'm calling and tell my husband what I'm doing out of respect and
fear.
love,
That's
or
different.
if I'm calling because I'm afraid I'm gonna get my ass whooped when I get home.
Well,
yeah.
Now you need to exit stage left. Stat.
Were you
Yeah.
guys aware that it's either T-Mobile or Sprint or one of them? They got a family plan, right? And a part of their family plan is I forget the name of the thing called, but there's a location tracker for all the phones. So you always
The real
know.
question is, do you track your wife?
No, why? No,
See?
I don't necessarily need to. I don't need to. Me
Because you
and my wife
trust
have a,
her.
listen. Me and my wife have a thing
You
that we do.
trust her, right?
Yeah, exactly. Listen, if I have to question where you're at, then we are far. It's too late. It's too late. We me and my wife got a thing going down where we whenever one of us leaves we'll leave the house, right? Whenever one of us get to wherever we're going, we'll text the other one, hey, I'm at work, hey, I'm at the store, hey, I'm wherever. And I told somebody one time, they're like, that's control. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's if my wife leaves the house or I leave the house to go to the store, which is 5 minutes away, and 45 minutes later, no one has heard from me, then she should at least know where I was going. And if she needs to call the cops, the ambulance, the hospital to make sure I'm okay. Because a lot of the times you'll get into an accident and they won't contact your family right away if they don't know who you are, you know?
Right. It's true. It's very true. And I don't think like that's controlling. I think that's like security. That's more of like in a security sense. And you guys have a level
out of care and not fear.
Yeah, and that's communication.
Yeah. So
you got one more time to cut me off.
It's gonna happen all day. It's gonna happen all day.
You got one more time.
Esther,
prepare yourself for the cut down.
We already established Jacobi chose violence today.
This is gonna happen the whole show. Carry on.
Listen, you're the best. Okay.
So what you guys are saying that if it's not about a trust issue, then you're good to go.
Spit before you speak, Dex. Spit before you speak.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna say nothing because there was no good response to that. There was nothing like there's no way for me to respond to that.
He is on fire today.
There is man, Jacobi. I'm gonna need you to calm the hell down. I'm gonna have to start muting your ass.
This is what you asked for. You told me when we last saw each other, I need you to bring this same energy. But here you go.
You did say that. You did say that.
Hey, you see,
next
and that's
question.
That's a perfect example of
watch what you wish for.
Exactly. Don't ask for what you don't want.
Okay.
But I'm here for it. I love that energy. Let's keep it going. Hey, so let me ask you guys a question.
Most men do.
I got your ass.
We did skip the audacity at the beginning of the show. Do you guys want to double back to the audacity or save it for the end?
It doesn't matter. Do whatever.
Hey,
I didn't know we were doing it in the beginning. We can do it.
Well, now since you mentioned it, bring it on up. Let's talk about it.
Roll that beautiful beam footage.
All right. Well, for this week's audacity, I'm gonna play a little clip that I that I had found on the internet, and I can't find it now. So I guess I'm not gonna play that clip.
Fired.
Shut up. Anyway, basically, there's this young lady who made a comment stating that if you're trans and you're dating someone that's not, you should let them know on Jump Street. And when she said it, she started getting all of these comments talking about, it's no one's business, or you don't owe them nothing, and why does it matter? And if they're trans, then they're now a woman or they're now a man, so it's just not a big deal. And people were feeling some type of way. Me personally, I kind of get her point. I do get her point. If you are dating, if you're a trans and you want to date someone, then it would make sense for complete disclosure.
Yeah.
Just like how you want somebody to disclose to you whether they've been to prison, whether they got an STD, whether they got 6 or 7
bad credit.
Exactly, bad credit. These are things you need to disclose up front because people might not react well later on down the line to finding out, hey, you know what, we've been dating for 6 months.
The underlying tone is all dishonesty and disloyalty. Yeah. And
then they're gonna be.
I watched that video and then I watched some after clips that she made, and I get that she was coming from a place of trying to look out for my trans family, my trans community. I'm trying to look out for my trans sisters. This is what you need to do. She wasn't coming from a place. I thought initially she was coming from a place of just trying to like say some off the wall shit for views, but she really was coming from a place of trying to tell people you need to beware, because this is not fair, basically. You know what I mean? And it's true. Like, you know, same shit you said about prison or about, you know, certain stuff you don't want to know about people's past, like maybe their sex history, like we've spoken about. But some shit you need to know. I need to know if you used to have a dick. I need to know if you went to jail, if you spent 16 years in prison before I met you. You know what I mean? Like, I need to know these things because I need to know what I'm dealing with. It's not fair. Now, if I need to know if you used to sleep around a lot, that's different. If you used to be a porn star, I want to know that. But if you just used to be a regular smuggler,
Take a sip. Go ahead, Pete.
No, he's right. No, like, for example,
don't be interrupting me.
What if I get with Shorty, right? I want to have kids.
Yeah. And then I can't do that.
Have kids.
And that bitch don't got a womb. Ain't a womb in sight. Ain't a womb in sight.
No, but I do feel like there needs to be
a liable mission is still a lie.
Because then is a person liable for what they do when they find something out after that?
Part.
To me, that's a level of self-defense, because I didn't know this. It wasn't disclosed to me, so now this is my reaction to defending myself.
Whoa. That's murder. What are we?
Whoa, I didn't say all of that. Hey, you went way too far.
She didn't say all that, but hold on. But hold on, it's a good thing you said that, Jacobi. Some people don't give a shit. They would prefer to commit murder than for their streets to know that they were smashing a dude for the past 6 months and didn't know it.
But you know, this is the thing. No, it's not a dude. If you are transgender, if you're
or a woman, you know what I'm saying?
Well, you know, there's a difference. I believe, if I'm correct, transgender means that you look like one but still have a penis. Transsexual means that you've chopped it off.
Yeah, you're done.
Yeah, you're right.
Right. So if you're transsexual and you actually have a vagina now, I mean.
Yeah, but still, I would want to know that.
I mean, you should still know, but I don't get the big deal of being like, he used to be, I don't know. I would think like, is you still fucking a pussy? I mean, come on.
Well, because technically when from what I understand, and I might be
wrong
as far
as the murder aspect.
Hold on. From what I understand, I might be wrong, but if I remember my research correct, they said that once you have the sex change, they turn a penis into a vagina. They cut off excess skin and they turn it inside out.
I know.
Yes.
I know.
Which means that it doesn't get wet.
So some men might not take well to that. You understand what I'm saying? It's like
me and Esther have seen them before. We met this dude at a grocery store and brought him back to the house one time with him and his trans girl. You remember that, Esther? And she showed us how she had the operation. And Esther was like, I want to see it. I
was curious.
And we went into the room and looked at it. And it looked real.
I'm not gonna lie, I'd want to see it too. I'd be like, can I see?
Like, I was curious.
I want to see it.
I want to see art. It's art at this point.
Yeah, you designed it. Yes, you mean you are now a name brand designer.
Okay, Picasso.
For real, that was poetic though, wasn't it?
It is.
I mean, it is. I mean, I guess, you know, brain surgery is artistic, so I mean, you know, I get it. I get it.
Yeah. But yeah, no. So I wanted to touch on that because I felt like when I seen the clip, I was like, she has a good point. They have an all right point, but I do get her side of it. To protect yourself, it would be safe to let people know up in advance. If you don't want to let them know right there, then text them. You know, hey, before we link up. Boom.
Yeah, that's what she said in the video, and which is the respectful thing to do. Before you meet them, tell you, hey, I need to tell you something. I told y'all I dated a FTM once, and that's exactly what he did. Before we met, we were talking, and he told me, I got to tell you something before we meet, out of respect, and I still chose to meet him.
Hey, Jacobi, do me a favor. For those watching that don't know what an FTM is, like I didn't until you told me, can you clarify?
Female to male transition.
Is your name Jacobi?
You hate me. Yeah. I'm not even going front like I was startled. I'm like, really?
FTM.
You didn't take your Adderall today. Calm the fuck down.
Is a female transition to a male. So he looked like a boy. He looked more like a man than he looked like a man. I had no idea. And then we were talking for like 2 or 3 days, and it was on Grindr, which was just back in my 20s because I don't do that stuff no more. But we were talking, and he was visiting from San Francisco for 2 weeks, and we were talking. And then after like 2 or 3 days, he was like, you know, can I drive you to work? I was a bartender at On Stage, I still remember. And he came when he was before he left. He was like, I have to tell you something before I pick you up. And then I was like, you know what? He told me, and I was just like, well, I wouldn't want someone to not meet me because I'm being myself. So I still want to meet you. I don't have to sleep with you. And then I met him, and he was just beautiful and like masculine and like cool. And I was just like, so there's a vagina in there? And he was like, yeah. And I was just like, like mind blown. But then I did it because when I got to the bar at work, he stayed. And all my friends loved him. They thought he was the coolest dude ever. They're like, oh, he's a keeper, Jacobi. And I'm like, y'all, he ain't he. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know. And then when we went outside, we kissed, and I had like electricity flow through me. And I was like, fuck it. I clearly like him. Like, just give it a go. So I gave it a go.
How was it? Was it a good experience for you?
It was good. The sex was good. Everything. And then he left, and then he came back several times, and we like had this like long distance casual thing. We had sex several times. I was into it. I liked it.
That's what's
I
up.
watched. On a side note, I made a YouTube video. If you want to go check out my personal page, which is youtube.com/JacobiJones, about my FTM experience in way more detail than what I just gave you. If you want to hear more of the fun story.
Well, everyone, let's go ahead and go check that out if you want some more some info on it. Give me a second here. Okay, so we've already established that location tracking is only acceptable on certain occasions. How about performing a background check on your love interest prior to getting into it? Damn, everyone.
No, that's funny you say that.
It's like I'm torn, but it may help. It may help you.
We about to see everyone's
no,
crazy.
you know what?
Right
No, it may help you.
I would do it. I would do it.
Yeah.
Would you tell them?
You know why? Because I had it done to me, and I respected it. I met this guy. He was worth some money, and he was also in the closet. But we met up to hook up, and we talked for a few days. And then when we got there, I didn't tell him my real name. I just told him my name was J, the letter J. It was a hookup. He don't need to know me. He just needs to know this dick work. And then I got there, and he was like, hi, Jacobi. And I was like, how you know my name? And he was like, I researched you before you got here. And I was just like, okay. But because he had like,
that's dope.
He lived in Kahala. Y'all know Kahala is the richest neighborhood on the island. And he had this multi-million-dollar home, and he had money. And I can't. He lived in a gated community. I was like, I can respect that you trying to make sure you ain't inviting some psycho to your safe haven. You know what I mean? And that made me be like, you know what? I'm gonna start researching these motherfuckers before. And I think that it's smart. If you have something to lose, it's smart to protect that.
I agree. What about Hawaii Kai though? Just off topic.
Hawaii Kai has beautiful, 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 expensive real estate too. But Kahala is the richest neighborhood on the island.
Right on. I was just curious.
As far as like, $20 million and up homes, it's Kahala.
Yeah.
Well, in my personal opinion, I kind of agree with Esther in an aspect. I mean, because at the end of the day, yes, I get the fact that, you are trying to be safe, which makes sense. You want to make sure that you ain't inviting, the Craigslist killer,
a serial killer,
you know what I'm saying, to come and make a fucking skin lamp out of you. I get it. That makes sense. But on the other end, it's just kind of like, I'd be like,
I could tell.
You could have just asked me these things and I would have answered. But let's be perfectly honest. Would a psycho really tell you the truth?
That's not truth. Exactly. I was
it's not about that. I didn't. But the thing is, if you know what you're doing, if they know what they're doing, they cover their tracks up and you can't find shit about them, which means they got something to hide. But if you know what you're doing, all he had was my email address. And he knew what the fuck he was doing. He actually spent money because it costs $10, $20. If you have something to lose, if you are a person of stature and you have a career and a name about you and some things like that, if you got something to lose, spending $10 to $20 to figure out who is this motherfucker is coming over to my house, you know what I mean? It's nothing. But
if most of these football players and basketball stars wanted to spend that $20, they would have saved themselves out of the years of child support they'd be having to pay to these Instagram models nowadays.
Yeah.
Nah, they was thinking what they think. They was thinking what they think.
But I mean, no, I do get where you're coming from, Jacobi. You're right. I agree that it's cool. It sometimes it is necessary, but I don't know. Like I said, on my end, too, at the end of the day, it's kind of like you could have asked me prior to us meeting if you had any reservations. It almost seems like, damn, you don't trust me. We ain't even started yet. That's fucked up.
Why should
It's
they
not-
trust you?
it's-
Why
it's-
should
Nobody
they
should
trust you?
trust you at all.
Why should they
It's-
trust you? They don't know
It's
you.
more than just trust, though. Like, yes, you're right. It's a trust thing, but at the end of the day, like Jacobi said, it's a self-preservation thing.
Security.
I met this one chick. I
Security.
can't remember if it was Plenty of Fish or Tinder. Anyway,
Yo,
we
ho.
hooked
I've
up.
been on neither.
Come to find out, I think she was working at Facebook at the time. And wow, it's like running your credit, it's like running your background check. She worked for Facebook, so she looked me up. She knew everything about me, so I couldn't lie.
Let me.
And it felt weird.
Well, unless
and-
you
Yeah.
lie on your
Now
Facebook,
you know what?
if you
I'll
lied
tell
on
you
your
the truth
Facebook, it
too.
would have been good.
For a second, when I got to his house, and like I said, he knew my name. It felt like it was
It's invasive.
It was invasive,
about
kind
to
of like
say,
if you
isn't it
come home and
invasive?
someone's rumbled through your underwear drawer, you're just like,
Oh,
and I told you,
yeah.
like, I was like, how you know my name? And he was just like, oh, well, I looked you up before I got here. But then again, as he's telling me this and he's telling me why, I'm standing in this $10 million house and I'm just like,
Got
I
you.
get it.
But you know what? Hold on.
Got
Hold on. But you know what? On the other end of the spectrum, you could also assume, why are you looking me up though? Are you planning to make sure I don't have no family to report me missing when you make a skin lamp out of me? Because
Well,
shit,
Well,
that
I would
happens.
think that if
Let
I
me-
was meeting him in a back alley.
And the back end, exactly.
Let me hold on.
But-
See, you say that. Let me tell you guys a story. This is when I used to
He could have
stay.
fed you some good dinner before he killed you at the $1 million home.
Exactly. Let me listen. I knew this young lady that I was in
Well,
military
y'all know
with.
I've lived a life. And I've
Listen,
been
hold on.
impressed before. Like I can
I
tell
knew-
if a man really got money or if
I
a man
knew-
really got mental issues.
So when they could tell you that you have mental issues, is that like?
I've dated both. I've dated mental patients and I've dated wealthy.
Have you
men
ever
before.
disclosed your mental issues to them? Like, hey, I'm crazy, so just
Well,
be ready for that.
this isn't about me. This is.
But no,
this is
listen.
about them.
I knew this girl, right? It was a friend of mine, right? So this girl, she was hooking up with a married guy, right? And she's the type of person that she would search all of your background. Like if let's say if Pete met her, she would search Pete. Then she would go through all of Pete's friends' background and all of the, like she would invest weeks into just going through people's stuff. So one day she's like, "Hey, what you got going on?" I said, "Nothing." She said, "Hey, let's go grab lunch." I'm like, "Fuck it, let's go." I take a free meal. She took us to Buffalo Wild Wings on Post, right? So we go there and she asked for a specific section. I didn't think anything of it. I just figured, she'd been here. She liked the section.
I know where this is going.
We're sitting here in the section and she's looking around. And I'm like, what are you looking for? She was like, "Oh, I'm looking for this girl. Her name is so-and-so. I forget the girl's name, but she tells me the girl's name. I'm like, why? Well, that's so-and-so's wife. I wanted to see what she looked like. So I ran his background. I went through all this stuff and I looked him up. And, I came here to see if she was, because he's sleeping with me. So she can't be that good looking. I want to see what she really looks like. And I'm sitting here like, if she beats your ass, I'm not helping you because you deserve all of what you're about to do. All of
That's
it.
different.
That's the audacity.
That's different. Yeah, that's different.
That's
And
the audacity of that bitch to invite you to this fucking situation.
I was
Right.
like, yo, so you gonna involve me? You getting your ass beat? Like for real? I'm not gonna help
Check,
you, right? I'm not
please.
gonna help you.
Check, please. I'm out because
I wasn't
I'm
gonna
not
help.
Check
gonna be a part of
nothing,
this.
walk out. No, check nothing, walk out.
Listen, I wasn't gonna miss a good fight. I was gonna record all of it. Okay, I was gonna
You
world
are
star.
so messy. You are so messy.
I'm not. Listen,
And
I tell people all the time, I ain't shit.
He is such a complicated Discord.
Listen, you put
Yeah,
yourself in
and
that.
he's
Listen, if you
recording
put yourself,
facts
if you put yourself
or
in that
evidence.
position, it is you're asking me to record it. It would be selfish of me and irresponsible to not record.
So you're
what
no
happened
longer an
for prosperity.
accessory. You're no longer an accessory because you came and you recorded the whole altercation. Like I don't understand.
I wouldn't even.
Make it
Once
make
I
sense because now
once I
you're an
record, I'm
accessory.
leaving. Once I record, I'm leaving. I was never there. Proof it was me. That's just for me to have and maybe make some money off of blackmailing later on. Don't judge me. We all get,
Further
like Jacobi said,
evidence
we
that
all
the
good at
fofo
something.
came before you finished recording.
Listen, listen, Jacobi said we all good at something. I am good at witnessing things. I'm not good at talking about it. No.
Are you though? Are you though?
Ooh,
Jacobi, stop coming for me, Jacobi. I understand
coming
you
for
woke up and drank your cup
everybody.
of balls
He's
this
kinda
morning,
spicy.
Jacobi, but you gonna stop coming for us.
Hold on. Are you sipping on an empty stomach? Because he getting spicy real quick. I'm just
Y'all, me and Jacobi straight.
I'm fine.
Jacobi coming for everyone today. Pete, you're next.
You
Don't get too
asked
comfortable,
me.
Pete. You're next.
You
Are you
deliberately
okay?
asked me to bring the energy.
when you gonna come for the
Consider
fashionista?
it brought.
I'm just letting Pete know. Don't get too comfortable, Pete. You next. He came at me and Esther.
Not my people.
Actually, no, he exactly. He comes with Italian leather.
Pete's
He comes
level-headed.
with fashion.
Pete's
No, he comes-
level-headed.
And
Pete-
fashionista of the crew.
Anyway,
But
so
He's not a fashionista.
so
he is. I just say he's level-headed.
So Pete, how do you feel about background checks? What if somebody background checked you, Pete? Would you be comfortable with that? Would it be like, all right, that's cool, I get it? Or would it be, that's kind of fucked up? You could have just asked me this.
I feel it is an invasive thing, but information belongs to nobody, really, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But there's certain things you don't want people to know.
But if it was done,
See,
it's
I don't
out
feel
there
that way.
because
I
that's
don't
what
feel
I'm
that way.
like.
Here's the
Information is there to be had. Like if the information is out there,
Me and
like
you,
going to like old
Dex,
school, going to the library. You want to find out information, you go do your research. So that's what the person did before they ran into your ass. They want to
And
do
I
work.
don't mind. I didn't mind when that situation for me because, for one, I had nothing to hide. For two, I realized he had something to lose, and that was just the end of that. It was just like, okay, well, if he found something that I had something to hide about, clearly I wouldn't be here right now, and he would have canceled this. And if I didn't realize that he did this out of self, like making sure that he was gonna be okay, like you know, what's the word I'm looking for, like
Self-preservation.
yeah, then I wouldn't be sitting here in this beautiful ass home with him. You know what I mean? Like, and it was cool. We ended up like kicking it for like, you know, we talked for a couple weeks and it dwindled away because I just really wasn't.
So basically,
there was no
general
love.
consensus is that
He had a little dick. Long story short, I just couldn't fucks with it.
Yo,
so yeah,
I don't care how big that house was. That dick was not working for me.
I get it. So basically, we're everyone's on the same page. Better to love yourself enough to be careful.
invasive, but if the information was already out there, it was on them to procure such information. Now, if you had safeguarded that information and they still found out, yeah, like bitch, run. Then make a bear skin out of your fucking sack.
So
Right?
Okay, cool. Well, not to harp on about that too long. Let's go ahead and jump into the next topic. So let me ask you guys a question. Do you guys feel like you can love someone too much? Like is it possible to be someone's everything?
That's unhealthy.
that's people's fantasy. It's not a realistic thing at all. And no, you cannot. You cannot be someone's everything. And if you are, that is psychotic.
It's unhealthy. You should be your everything. You know what I used to say? I don't need a man to fulfill me. I fulfill my own cup. But I would like a man to help my cup runneth over.
You sound
That
like that.
that was oddly poetic. Holy shit, that was deep.
Time is fuck.
We got a clip for
We
this
got
week.
poets up in here.
Right? Wow. I didn't. Okay. All right.
That was
That's that cup that runneth into his mouth right now. That's what the fuck that is. Anyway.
It was hella sexual, but that was
it's true. I've
profound.
been saying that shit since I was like 18, 19 years old. Like, I don't need a man for shit. Granted, you know, I've been bamboozled a time or two and I forgot that mantra, but you know.
You know what's crazy about that? Have you ever noticed that back in the day, like old school folks had these sayings that stuck with everyone forever? Like, a closed mouth don't get fed, or, you know, what is it?
One man's meat is another man's poison.
Yeah, exactly. One man's trash is another man's treasure. Like, I've never heard what you just said, Pete, but you know, whatever. I think Pete just made that one up. But the point is,
bro, that's a proverb, bro.
That's what, yeah.
I've never heard it.
Well, that's because you ain't
Time for
really.
you to
That's because
read.
you need to get right with the Lord.
Thank you, bro.
Jacobi, you gonna stop coming for me, Jacobi. You gonna stop. We gonna put a stop to that shit right now.
Taking it too easy, but anyway.
We got about 20 more minutes of this fun in the sun. Let's go.
Well, no, the reason I bring that up is because have you noticed that nowadays, like everyone is on TikTok and on the internet, bro? The sayings for the future are gonna be straight trash.
Yeah.
Not if you
well,
have.
you know what's crazy? No, I agree.
If we, as the wisdom for the young generation, continue to remind them.
Well, I'm going to say the following. We read
So
books.
you and your 17 kids, Dex, it's your obligation to raise your children.
I cannot with you today.
And teach them the ways of the land. That's your job, Dex. All 16.5, because I know you don't claim. I know you don't claim one of them. I know you don't claim one of them.
I give up.
Put
Wave the white flag, Jacobi. I give up. You win, Jacobi. You win.
I'm refilling the bitch as we speak, girl.
You win, Jacobi. Jesus. I'm just saying, could you imagine the grandmother? She shared her proverb, period. Or that part right there.
I could imagine my grandmama saying that shit. I would drop my glass of wine. I would drop my glass of wine. Like, what did you say, Nana?
Like, Nana,
that's gonna be
Nana say, yo, for real.
You're gonna be
saying shit like that. Like, put the glass down, for real. Like,
you're gonna be sitting there. That part right there, sweetie. Like, I can imagine that. It's gonna be horrifying.
This is so weird. I feel uncomfortable. Pineapples. This feels so weird.
Bro, pineapples. Oh my god.
You said pineapples. Now we have the Esther safe word.
Because I was thinking the other day, like everybody's getting all these butt shots and tit shots and all that. I'm just like, what is that gonna look like when we're like 50, 60, 70, 80? Like, what are butt shots gonna look like then?
I don't know.
Are they gonna take it out?
You know what though? If you have money, I mean, most people don't. Most people, don't have enough money to upkeep it, right? But if you have money, you're supposed to get all that shit repaired every 10 years.
So you're gonna look like a bag of sand with an amazing
implants, you're supposed to get new implants in 10 years. If you get your booty done, you're supposed to get your booty redone in 10 years. If you get Botox, you're supposed to get Botox done like every couple of years. You have to. It's maintenance to that shit.
So everyone's gonna walk around looking like a leather couch with a nice ass and big tits.
That sounds hot.
Yo, and then could you imagine the history books being
I'm purely entertained today,
bro? But could you imagine the history books being filled up with selfies and ass shots and busted challenges?
Precisely. We don't have much. Like aren't they about to redo the Rugrats again?
They are.
But you know what though?
That's what I'm saying. They can't come up with anything new.
The only thing that's changed is technology, because men was wearing wigs and heels and shit in the 18, 16, 1700s. You know what I mean? Like people have always been trying to enhance their beauty. It's just that we're smarter at it. Our technology is.
We get back to cosmetic surgery.
I was just telling Esther when we were on video like an hour ago, I was looking, like it was close, and I was like, bitch, I'm getting a nose job as soon as we blow up, because this shit.
But it's for breathing. It's for breathing purposes.
You know what?
I have a deviated septum. I was in a car accident and I have a deviated septum.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Jacobi. I'm hating, man. All you gotta do is get a nose job. When we get rich, I can't minimize forehead, bro. This is just I'm gonna just die with all that.
Well, I mean, I need to fix this.
Wait. Time out. He just said
I want my hairline to come like right here.
I know that's a 5 head.
I want my hairline to come like right here. It used to be when I was like 8 years old, I had a widow's peak, and now I got the peak of the widow child. Like, I don't know what happened.
Pete, first of all, Pete and Esther, I know y'all ain't coming at me. I know it. Like, no.
Blah 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 blah. Hairline like mine.
You sit here looking like an ice cream on top of a cone, all big and gelatinous and shit.
I'm not coming for anyone.
Pete looks like.
Did you just come for me, bro?
He looks like the most delicious gelatinous cone cream I have ever seen in my life. You Applejack head, I don't know about.
Listen, I'm okay. I accept my big head, but you know what Pete remind me of? Pete remind me of the Michelin Man from the Ghostbusters movie.
I'm gonna be petty like Trump. I'm gonna be petty like Trump. I didn't start it.
Trump fingers. But Trump fingers, he brought the Trump fingers.
No, I'm done with y'all today. I'm done.
Jacobi is coming for you today. Oh dear. Why can't we all just get along? Where is the love?
Like I said, Jacobi came on. Jacobi chose violence, so we all had to react in kind.
You asked me to do it.
Listen,
I give the people what they want.
I'm here for it. Let's do it. Let's do this all the time. I'm here for the violence.
I can't be drinking at 9 a.m. all the time.
You know what's kind of funny, Jacobi?
You know what though? I wasn't gonna drink. The people don't know, but we all, except Pete, all of us had technical difficulties for like half an hour, and it stressed me the fuck out. And I was like, "Fuck it, I need to drink today."
Jacobi, and it wasn't working. When it was working, mine knocked out. It was hell.
Bitch, your screen was going on and off and off and on and on and off. So I believe technically that would be a difficulty technically.
Okay, we're gonna make that into a beat. No funny.
The funniest part is I'm supposed to be in this 5-star hotel, but there's no Wi-Fi. I'm literally hotspotting my phone right now.
Dang, that's what's up.
And you had the best connection of the day.
So
okay.
So the last
shout out to yes provider.
The last topic was entered by Queen of Complicated Discord, Miss Esther here. It was the importance of honoring your partner. Could you go ahead and give us some background, some context on what you meant by that?
The importance of honoring one's partner. If two people feel valued in a relationship, I feel like it would be more cohesive and you guys will work towards the greater good of both of you. If one person feels like they're not being valued or cared about in the relationship, they're going to want to look the other way. That's like normal human nature. Or they're going to sit there and just like wallow in darkness, and then the other person's still going to not be attracted to them. So that's what I mean. The importance of valuing one's partner, not taking them for granted, like giving them a cup of tea, washing their back, shit like that. What?
You know,
so who hurt you? Where did this come from?
Jacobi, you know Esther's past. You know who hurt her, Jacobi.
It's just a question. Did something happen particularly to you to make you feel like honor needed to happen?
Well, Jacobi. No, I honor myself first. Thank you, because I'm a queen. But I'm saying, with the importance in a relationship of honoring the other person, because even me on my behalf in past relationships, we were all immature at one point. We think that this and this is a relationship when it really wasn't. It never was, because it's just two people sitting there wasting time, probably fucking here and there, having a conversation, doing things together, but it's not a relationship because we're not trying to understand each other.
Let me go ahead and say two things. Number one, Jacobi, I am getting a very Cersei Lannister vibe from you today. You absolutely
I'm sorry. Speak up. I can't hear the bullshit. What you say?
Anyway,
I'm done today.
Secondly, I like to believe that past relationships are practice. You use them.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you use practice for when you get with the other person.
No, because if you never took into account anything from those past relationships, if you're not that kind of person to look back at what you've been through, what you experienced and learn from it, then the past relationships is just up in the smoke. It makes no sense. You wasted time.
You're right. But you know what? It's weird. Some people see honoring relationships or honoring your spouse. I'm sorry, as being submissive.
Submissive.
Yeah. Some people say, "Oh, you want to bring your husband? Why you bring his fee?"
Well, you know what? Let's define that person.
Value, exactly.
I think that person would be weak-minded, and that person would be low self-esteem, because a person who felt like they deserved to be respected and wanted to give respect would understand the dynamics of how that works. A person who would feel abused or misused or taken advantage of is someone who clearly does not have their own self-worth. So whoever you're speaking of right now, I don't know, but I'm just saying, that what you're defining, that type of individual should probably think about the bigger picture of what this honor thing means to them, and more like, what do I mean to myself?
They should think about polygamy.
To elaborate on what Jacobi just said, like, you need to figure out why you even in the relationship. If you can't do something like honor your significant other or others,
What's the
why you
purpose
even
of
in a
it?
relationship?
Well, you
But
know,
I said earlier, the cup for runneth over. Not
well, the
But
to
thing
what
be
is
is,
filled, but to
I've been
runneth
on
over.
Clubhouse quite a bit, right? And they'll have these conversations on there. And the minute someone says anything about, you know, doing things for your significant other, it's, oh, that's controlling, and so you a maid now. And it's kind of like, well, not necessarily. Like one day they
We're
had a
gonna pause.
conversation.
And this is
We're gonna
why
pause there. There's
I haven't done the Clubhouse thing, because it hurts. Like I literally feel my brain molecules clenching together when you say stuff like that, because it's just I can't it's too
it's
I'm just
ignorance.
it's just
It's
not
ignorant.
even just that. It's just like I can't engage in conversations with people who don't have common sense to me. It's just like, where is the kind of like, why are we even asked? Why are you like, not us, right? Us, I get it. We're having a conversation between friends and it's a complicated Discord. But on stuff like that, when I'm talking to strangers, like this is why I would never be a therapist, because I don't like people and I don't give a fuck about your problems. You know what I mean? Like you know
Okay.
what I mean? Like so
But
us, I can talk to us about it because we're a group of people that care about each other, right? But some strangers and shit, and just like, so why would this, bitch?
Well, that's the next thing, though. We want to come back to it, though, seriously, to answer that question. The next thing on that is value your partner how? Because are they assuming that you're just being a waitress to them? Like, it could come in love languages, the way you value your partner, and everyone's love languages are different. You know,
Right.
understand what I mean? So, like, that's the way you could value your partner. So, yeah, they're going to bitch and moan about it because they don't understand the concept. And that's the sad part, is that they haven't taken the time to try to understand what is valuing one's partner. It's
So-
not like, you know, throwing bands on them every day just because.
Definitely, I definitely agree with you, Esther.
Unless they like, what's up? Yeah, it just
It's
unless that's
valuing
what
the
that person
partner and
wants.
valuing yourself first. The whole self-worth thing. If you value yourself and you know what you're
Oh
worth,
yeah, that
and
they
then
probably don't value
you're
themselves.
solid in that, and you solid in your self-worth, and you get in a relationship and you want to try to bring the tag along. You know what I mean?
A little bit off topic,
Mm-hmm.
but you're right. Both of y'all, Jacobi and Esther, y'all right.
Okay.
I was reading this excerpt. I can't remember. I think it was on Facebook. It was this MMA fighter who dresses in drag from time to time.
What his name is?
I forgot. And he was talking about extremes and how he was
Is he white with a beard? I think I know who he's talking about.
I think he got a beard. Yeah, but he shaves the beard.
Yeah. And he's buff.
Yeah,
I know. Yes, he's swole. I know exactly who he's talking about.
Okay, keep going. I want to hear this.
He was talking about emotional intelligence. And I was like, damn, that's profound. Like, a lot of us are walking around here with no emotional intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
And I think as far as in honoring your partner, man, like, why would you not? Like, why even be in the relationship per se if you can't take the time out to show gratitude to your partner or partners? Because you know, a relationship can have as many right. You know,
I agree. And if you're not there yet, you shouldn't be in one.
Well, I'm gonna say one more thing, and then we're gonna jump into something else real quick. Listen, for all of you women out there that are married or in relationships, stop listening to your single friends when they talk that kind of bullshit, because
that's why they're single.
Because you would not get into a plane where the pilot's like, I've never flown one of these before, but I've logged a ton of hours on the simulator. Like,
yeah, get the fuck out of here. Nah, I'm good.
Wait a minute. Because just because someone's single now doesn't mean that they've never had a relationship. They could be giving you life experience information. Just because, I mean, like, I agree with you.
A lot of the times,
now, what I will say, if someone's never been married, don't get marriage advice from them. You know what I mean? Unless you go into a professional. But just because someone's single doesn't mean that they don't have a concept of relationships. Maybe because they know their self-worth.
Jacobi, why you sound so attacked? Jesus.
Why you sound so weak? Jesus.
Yeah. I'm sick of you and your shit, Jacobi. I'm sick of you. I'm sick of you.
I'll say I agree to an extent. Experience has some part to play, but you got to look at the logic of what they're saying. Like, some shit sounds logical, but when you test it, it's not sound. It's like, nah, bitch, that one-sided, or nah, that's a straw man argument, or that's a red herring. Nah, You gotta judge the information coming at you. So if you're in a relationship, or even worse, if you're married and your single ass friends telling you, hey, such and such and such, you might want to take that information with a grain of salt.
Like, bitch, how come that didn't work for you? Mind your business.
Exactly.
And with that, I'm gonna go ahead and jump into this. I'm gonna say real quick before we move on. Bobby's home. Those of you who know,
Oh, Schmurda gang.
Schmurda, she
Wait,
wrote.
what was that?
Bobby's home.
Bobby Schmurda.
I know y'all be seeing the New York Knicks fitteds flying.
Bobby is home. That's all I gotta say.
Nobody cared when Bobby left, and
yes, that's be respectful, Brooklyn.
Okay.
Heathen.
Double OKLYN. Don't play with me.
Okay. I am not gonna lie. I don't know who he is.
No, that's fine. You're in Hawaii.
That's fine.
It's understandable. It's understandable.
Exactly.
But for those
I don't
who know
the man, is he a rapper? He looked like he might be a rapper.
Yes,
is he a music producer? He looked like.
You know what? Look up the song Bobby Bitch or Hot Nigga.
It sounds like trash, and I don't listen to that hippity hop, so I won't be a part of this.
Can you love someone?
I'm about to mute this nigga. Like, oh my God, that was offensive.
You can't mute greatness, boo.
Okay, so listen. Last week we spoke about eyelashes, and we did a little bit of research on them. Comes to find out, cumbrellas is not a real thing.
I know. I was gonna say it was a lie.
Listen, false eyelashes or eyelash extensions were first, or not even if it was first.
Like Maury said, the results that came in and has shown this is a lie.
Exactly. False eyelashes were made popular by the Egyptians, who would use the extensions to keep sun and dirt out of their eyes. So of course, melanated magic right there. And then
we're for people.
And then it was what's the word? Copyrighted, not copyrighted, trademarked.
Trademark.
It was trademarked and copyrighted by a Canadian gentleman.
Mm-hmm. White people, and
hey, we've all seen the video on the Facebook about the Crip Walk and them trying to take that.
Oh God! Yo, what kind of walk?
Yeah, that
started. This is the last day of Black History Month. Can we not?
But
what, they busy culturally appropriating and doing it incorrectly. I'm just saying.
Since we figured out, I want to show you guys something and ask you guys a simple question, okay?
All
right.
What do you think this is?
That's for a pap smear. That's where you put that in a woman's vagina.
It's a chainsaw. Wait, what the? No.
You put that in a woman's vagina. And
oh my God. Is that what I think it is?
That was for
abortions?
Back in the day when not abortion.
Hysterectomies.
It was something to do with what was it? I know the answer to this. It was you put it in a woman's vagina. It was maybe something doing birth or
what is it? I want to know what it is.
Well, Pete and Jacobi were right. This is a chainsaw. It was what chainsaws were made for. Chainsaws were made to help with birth.
Right, it's a chainsaw. That's why chainsaws weren't invented, but they were invented for birth.
Yeah, it was. It was.
And
used,
that poor vagina. I can't.
It was used to cut the pelvic bone to spread it out.
I have one of these, and
we know you have a pelvic bone, Esther.
I can't see you, Esther. I thought you were talking about one of the chainsaws. I'm about to say, what the fuck?
It's true. I do. It's true. I do.
Oh, what?
Why is everybody not moving?
Esther, I guess
you telling me that went into somebody's vagina to snap open their pelvic bone?
It was used for surgery.
Snap
Pete.
open.
It cut.
Snap
it was
open.
The cut, Pete. It was
snap
the cut.
open.
Jesus Christ.
Love your verbiage. Snap open. That was hilarious.
But no,
I know it's disrespectful to the pussy. It really is. I think it's
bruh.
Hey, Esther, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here, but nobody else is moving. It's weird.
Your camera's black
you
on my
can't see
end.
your video.
And she's gone. There it is.
Here we go. Well, someone's on their period.
But, okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right,
She'll be back. She got 4 minutes and 29 seconds to get here. Welcome home.
But So we've put an end to the fact that Cumbrellas weren't a real thing, even though I endorse the name. I absolutely endorse that name, Cumbrellas. I love it. I feel like it's a valid name.
I feel like you would love them for some disgusting narcissistic reason.
Listen,
but as long as you got good aim, it don't matter. As long as you got good aim.
I think the initial purpose was a lot more profound.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I never got into the whole facial thing. That was never my thing.
Me neither. Petey poo poo. I am with you. I have never. I've been like, this is my beauty zone, boo boo. You are not about to be doing all of that.
The money shots.
That was never my thing.
Have never, I've never been into doing it to someone else unless they ask me to. There's some freaks out there who are just like, give it to me.
Hold on. Here's the thing, though. I get it, though. I do get it. Because, Visine doesn't always get the red out. So, no, I get it. Sometimes better to be safe than sorry. I get it.
That's not how that works.
I don't think.
You ain't lying, though. I've seen a few money shots gone bad, and you're just like,
because here's my thing. What's
going on with their diet? But I'm listening. What?
It depends on that, because I would tell you a story or two, but we don't got time for that.
The point is, you can't necessarily apologize for that. What do you give them a cake saying sorry I came in your eye? Like there's no apology for it.
There's no.
I don't want to talk about this.
First of all, when you're nutting on someone's face, your goal is to get it in their eye. Okay, that's what you want to do. Trust me, as a man who you ain't trying. Your whole goal is, bitch, I'm finna destroy.
It's target practice.
Every pupil you got. You know what I mean?
And what happens if you don't ejaculate far enough? Do you get mad at yourself? Out of curiosity, I just want to know.
There's been a time or two.
If it comes out and it just dribbles a bit,
then you set yourself a goal.
Whoa! How dare you? So
you're taking that personally. Now you're guilty. I'm listening.
First of all, there have been moments.
You can mute him now.
Where I've been like a spitter and not a quitter. You know what I mean?
Spitter, not a quitter.
And it depends on sometimes shit happens, and it really depends on the intensity of the moment. Because I've been in moments where I'm intense. Too much
verbiage instead of getting right to the point. Which
the point is, Miss, I don't have a penis. Is that
I don't, and I'm cool with it.
Sometimes you lose the excitement right when it's gonna happen, and you think you're gonna be a rock star, you end up being a pebble.
Well, with that being said, we're gonna end this show right here. Like, follow, subscribe, drop a comment, and please go and check out the Queer and the Queen.
That was really bad timing too. Ew. Like, comment, subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe. All of us.
Yeah,
follow Pete.
Everywhere.
He got some amazing shoes.
All the links and stuff will be below.
Go check out the Queen and the Queer on Instagram.
Did you guys launch your gaming thing yet? We got it.
No, we're coming out.
Okay.
That's for later on. But go ahead, check out the Queer and the Queen on Instagram and on YouTube. And come join us again next time for Complicated Discord. Peace.
Found it.
Yo, what's up? Yes, what's next? It is complicated.